Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and we're going to be rock and rolling right along. And of course, in the pictures right here, we have the Abbeville office of OPAC Financial Services, and that is located at 908 Charity Street, and that is downtown Abbeville, Louisiana. Seated is Miss Sarah Davidson. On the right in the red shirt would be Tricia Dahman, and on the left is the manager, Miss Vera
DeJesus, I think is how you pronounce it. There you go.
We're just going to say
it's not Cajun French at all, it's in Spanish.
We're just going to say Miss Sarah. They do a beautiful job there, and I know David is proud of their accomplishments. And another little building that David Link saw and oversaw the complete renovation of it, and it turned out to be a nice facility for us.
OPAC on one side and Angel Zipperfoot if you're looking for your materials and sewing needs.
You bet.
And you're in a little restaurant here?
Yep, and that restaurant is the Lunchbox, and Lunchbox is on Moss Street. It's a friendly family dinner affair, and on the left is the chef and owner, Mr. Klein LeBlanc, and his lovely wife, Ms. Dolores LeBlanc, and they like to watch the program at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Good afternoon to you all, and I hope the Saints are not playing at that time. And this young man here, I can't find the name of it.
At Barney's Cleaners? At
Barney's Cleaners. He lives in Cecilia, Louisiana. He drives from Cecilia to Barney's to get his clothes laundered and cleaned and pressed. What a young man. And I just had to show his picture and the type of service you get at Barney's Cleaners right here in downtown Opelousas. Some pictures here of horses.
At the fairgrounds in New Orleans?
At the end of the race. And that's Miss Rosie, rode our horse, who ran third in that particular race. And we have a picture
of her right there.
And she's just getting off the horse there. And our trainer and very good friend, Mr. Carl DeVille from Opelousas, Port Barry area.
There you go.
And I'm here with Mr. Roy LeBlanc, who works upstairs and kind of keeps peace and lets the people into the private suites up there. And he's been there for a while. Mr. Roy LeBlanc, his brother is now deceased, Mr. Luc LeBlanc, another well-known person. Mr. Roy is originally from Lafayette, but Luc LeBlanc, of course, is from Lafayette, and has a nephew, Jerry Luc LeBlanc, was very, very interested in state government during the Blanco administration. Wasn't he the division administrator?
I think so, correct.
Head up. Yep, good people. And Mr. Roy had one more thing to add. He says, I boxed at Cathedral High School at 60 pounds. How about that? He kind of grew up since then.
Yeah, he'd be a little bigger than 60 today.
Nice young man.
The bartender here?
Yep, Robert is up on the 27th floor. He handles the bar. He speaks French. We rattled off some French together.
There you go.
And I've come to find out he's really from the New Orleans area, but he's working on learning his 8th foreign language.
Wow.
So
that's a man.
That's a man is right.
Look Bobby Dupre with the hat on.
Yep. I'm at the hotel right there. I'm waiting for my car, I guess, and I'm arriving at the track at the fairgrounds, and that's Mr. Hewitt. I have it down, and his wife, Miss Rita. They're from Iota, Louisiana, and they have a convenience store. They raise and breed horses, and one of the horses that he raised was racing on that day, and just fine people. They have a habit of watching the program on Sundays. It's amazing how many people watch it.
There's the color guard setting up at the track, I guess?
Yes, sir, at the track.
And Star Guitar, that's the horse that won how much?
Right at $2 million.
Louisiana-bred horse.
Louisiana-bred horse. The winningest Louisiana-bred horse. The Britland Stables owns it. Miss Benoit, Evelyn Benoit.
So they named the little bar at the track after Star Guitar.
Just converted it to Star Guitar Bar. And this young man is Chris Brown, and he says, "My daddy's right over there," and show the daddy's picture. Not that one.
Not
the
that
next
one.
one.
This one.
That one there, dressed up. That is Martin Brown from Opelousas, a very successful jockey for many, many years. Still works horses out in the morning.
That reminds me of when people used to go to the track. You dressed to go to the track. You know, you'd wear your hat.
Oh, let me tell you, he's fit that.
Yeah.
And on the left, of course, is Mr. Joe Rink, our leader of the three syndicates that we have. And the young lady is Miss Sam from the Arnaville area. And her fiance is Mr. Vinton Crosby with Crosby Tugboats from down the river country. And on the right is Mr. John Kidder from Arnaville. We say Kidder, but then away from the area, they go by Kidder. And he was a banker all of his adult life for Whitney Bank in New Orleans. This is Mr. Stanley Seelig, the president of HBPA, who's not running for re-election, I might add. And this is Ms. Woodley, who is presenting him with a trophy he had won at a big stakes race, feature race at Louisiana Downs, and he was not in attendance, so she took the time to come and give him. And this is Bob, who owns horses, and also when he wins a race, he gives his jacket to the jockey. And,
I remember you seen that before.
That's correct.
Gives his jacket away.
And he has a large, I think it's the Plantation Entertainment, reception center. He and his family have a large reception center that they take big weddings and parties. And that's Joe and I talking. And Noel Bunal, my little buddy there. And then that's Miss Carla Carla Diaz from the country of Chile. I noticed they've just
Noel's personal trainer.
Personal trainer, that is correct. She follows him now. Make sure
she's on the road team.
He's made the road team, and that's Miss Vicky, who made the road team.
Yep.
Miss Vicky Bordeaux Arnaville. And this is a couple that was sitting by us. We were having dinner at Drago's. That's Julie and David's favorite restaurant.
Get grilled oysters there.
Grilled oysters. And this young man and his wife, he's a Shake Snyder. He's a coach, baseball head coach. Here he is, Jeff Shake Snyder and Miss Laurie. And they with the Warhawk baseball.
UL Monroe.
Head coach, UL Monroe. And I said, "Do you know Buddy Empanada?" I said, "We're on the state boxing commission together." She and he said at the same time, "We love him." Very generous to the athletic program where he graduated from
UL Monroe.
UL Monroe. And
we got this gentleman here at the hotel.
But they also knew the people, the Robertson family with the Doug Dons.
Oh yeah, well,
everybody knows.
Everybody knows them up there.
Somebody picked them as one of the top 10 businesses or most popular.
I mean, I've seen
programs.
I've seen numbers where they're saying that the daddy's worth 80 million, the boy might be worth 40 million.
Oh, come on.
Since the TV and all that picked up, they sell. You go to the store now, you can't buy a jacket or a piece of camouflage don't have their face on it. I mean,
I had to take this Bellman's picture.
You
talk
worked hard
about
in there?
Professional. They are professional. The Hilton Hotel on the river. This is in what hotel is this?
It's been a Fairmont in between, but that's the Roosevelt.
Roosevelt Hotel.
As they say in New Orleans.
And they've been decorating
Beautiful in that
the lobby for many, many years, and it's just gorgeous. If you go into New Orleans, do yourself and your family and kids and grandkids a favor.
Go and have a Sazerac in the Sazerac bar.
Sazerac bar,
sure.
history. And this young man here, I couldn't find it, but anyhow, he's a photographer. Excuse me, young man, because you're going to be watching, and I know I have it in here. It got out of order.
He was taking pictures inside.
And he was taking
Roosevelt.
pictures inside, and I had seen him, and they stopped him, and he says the lady he was photographing had gotten permission, but the man who gave permission to her was not on duty. You know how that goes.
That always is a problem.
He says that was her story.
I got a camera too.
But they didn't do it
the same
nothing. He
problem.
says he's a professional photographer.
Very good.
I'll get his name and catch him later.
And y'all at Immaculate Conception Church in New Orleans
that
there?
was Sunday morning, attended Mass. You know me,
Oh,
I got to
look how
find a church.
beautiful
Look,
inside.
It is beautiful.
It's a Jesuit-run church too.
Yep, the Jesuits were the first Catholic missionaries to settle
Came with the
area.
Spanish, the Spanish, and they brought Satsuma oranges and kumquats and all that you eat. That's the Jesuits that brought
Let's
it.
go real quick. This Mr. Jim Prince, he is a prince of a man. Jim Prince retired from Stone Energy. Miss Broussard, who is one of the owners of Van Eaton and Romero Real Estate in Lafayette, and then I don't have a picture of Miss Romero, but she was also at Mass. I took this picture right after Mass, and that is Miss Broussard's granddaughter, who works in the New Orleans area. And
you're outside of a restaurant, and is that a pancake?
I'm walking down the street, and I saw this pancake.
Look at the size of that thing.
And then I had to get a picture of the sign because I want to go back there. Look at that
chocolate-covered pancake?
Chocolate-covered pancakes.
City Diner.
City Diner.
That's on Canal?
No, it's on a little side street.
Side streets,
it's 2 blocks from the Immaculate Conception Church that we attended Mass on Baronne. Right off of Baronne is where it is.
Very good. And this is you at the track, the backside of the track,
chapel
Evangeline
service on this past Tuesday night before. Tuesday night, and we had the biggest crowd. We had anywhere from 65 to 75 in attendance. Delicious supper, a very great music that Danny Laverne and his friends present, and also the chaplain, Dwight Brown, was wound up. He gave us a little preaching about Jesus and how we ought to all thank Jesus as often as we possibly can.
It's the right time of the year for that if you don't focus today.
That's
How about these pictures? This is a little Jenna?
Jenna, and that's Vicky's granddaughter, and her son and daughter-in-law, Donna and Jace, and a deer. First time he went hunting and he killed a buck.
That's not too bad. And that's all the photos I got.
Okay.
How about this real quick? Something we talk about, you and I, the Steamboat Warehouse and Frank's get together every year and do this big annual gumbo cook-off. It's about to happen in January. It's a couple of weeks away, but if you're going to donate things for the auction or if you want to be one of the cooks for this year's gumbo cook-off, it's Saturday, January 25th at Frank's downtown. You can call Jason at 331-2837 or call Tim at 658-1108. This year's beneficiary is Breen Riviere, who's Shannon Stanford Riviere and Scott Riviere of Port Barry's little girl, less than a year old, and has lymphoma. So could really use your help. And her grandpa, Brian Stanford from Port Barry, and Mona, my cousin Brian.
I might want to add that my name was submitted by someone to serve another term on HBPA, and I thought it over. And what we sent in the first of the application process on, I guess, yesterday. And so my name will be up for another 3-year term, and hope y'all can consider it. And right now we need the closing thoughts, and our prayer we ask for is please attend the church of your choice this weekend. And my Savior, do not let me forget that you are close to me. Help me always to see you in other people. Thanks for viewing. Tell a friend. And not Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. But
we got one more show before Christmas.
One more show before Christmas.
That's right.
Thank you for viewing.